Force drain. Anima in one tradition, body in another. Two names for the same act, taking control of what binds the living and the dead. Every tradition that examined the technique arrived at the same conclusion. A hole forms where the Force used to be. Tutaminis takes incoming energy and bleeds it harmlessly into the field, the Jedi's first lesson in absorption. Force drain takes the same shape, but the energy absorbed is not a blaster bolt. It is what flows through all living things, the binding, what surrounds them and holds them in the Force. When it is taken, what remains cannot hold its shape, not the body, not the place. The Force does not reach there anymore. The first form is drain life. Palm to flesh, contact required. The practitioner's grip held a moment past necessity. Vitality flows the wrong way, out of the victim and into the Sith. The victim pales, weakens, drops. The practitioner's old wounds knit closed, fatigue dissolves. The body that had been breaking remembers wholeness. For as long as the stolen vitality lasts, which is never long enough. The trap. One tradition found the same route and pulled the other way. Not extraction, suspension. The Force wrapped itself so tightly around a single life that the life stopped moving through time. Alive, unable to age, unable to die. The world passed around something the world could no longer touch. They called it Morichro, but they had no word for what comes after. The second form is Deathfield. The reach extended outward as a sphere. No hand required, no contact. A directed will, and everything alive inside the field begins to empty. The attackers collapse, while the Lord walks unhurried through the line. The Sith called it mastery. The Force experienced it as absence. At one edge of the discipline, a body refusing to die, because the rage holding it together drained pain from itself in a closed loop. Immortal as long as the suffering continued. At scale, a ritual drawn from thousands assembled over 10 days, until nothing on the surface remained alive, and the Force itself went silent on that world. The one who held the ritual walked away with what he had taken and lived on it for more than 1,000 years. Beyond that, no tradition names the expression, filed only as total consumption, the condition that arrives when the technique and the vessel are no longer separate. Plagueis, in his pursuit of immortality, refused to call it drain. He called it research. He believed the midichlorians, what the Jedi treated as silent partners in the Force, could be perceived directly, then persuaded. He proved it on an apprentice he had already killed. Killing again, resurrecting, killing again, until the body no longer answered to either command. He turned the same discipline inward. His scars softened. His breath came easier. His body began to forget how to age. And when he reached past sustaining life into creating it, the Force around him went silent, and the animals in his lab died of diseases that had no names. His apprentice drew the line between research and drain, then crossed it. And on the discipline's farthest edge, beyond where taxonomy survives, is Nihilus, the hunger that no longer recognized fullness, the body that stopped functioning as a body and became only the act of consumption. The Sith Lord who became the technique itself. Force drain is not the inversion of healing. Healing is given. Drain is taken. Each drain makes the next drain easier. Each easier drain takes more. The technique consumes the practitioner from the inside, even as the practitioner consumes the galaxy from the outside. inscribed. Force drain, body cross-filed. Anima, intimate and contact-bound at its foundation. Reach extending at depth until proximity becomes optional. And at its furthest expression, no separation between the drain and the one who carries it. The technique enrolls its students. It does not reward them.